Hey guys, it's Corey from Core Survival. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a jet stove out of this big green bean can that I got from work. What you're going to need is just a can. You're going to need like a pop can of sorts, or even like a monster can, or even like a little 12 ounce or little 12 ounce can. That'll work too. I've even got some multi-tool just so I can get a hold of the tin here and cut it up to how I want it. But this will be, I actually think this is a better way to heat up something faster, because what's going to happen is it's what a jet stove is you're not going to have holes around the can. It's going to be sucking all the air through one entrance. It's going to be shooting it out the top, causing more heat to be created, causing boiled water. You know, you can boil water even faster this way. You can cook things pretty fast this way. But I feel like this stove is going to work out a lot better than the other stove I showed you guys. So stay tuned, I'll get right with you. Alright guys, so sorry about that train whistle in the last part there. I had a train go by my house. I live right by a bunch of railroad tracks. So to start, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my multi-tool. I've got a pair of wire cutters there. I'm just going to cut. If I can cut here. Ooh. Come on. Hopefully this will work. There it goes. I got that side. Now straight across it. You want to do another one. Trying to get it started here. Goodness. There it goes. Okay, so there's that side there. Now I'm going to do is just cut that in half and then cut it into like an eight piece pizza, excuse me. And I'll get right back with you. Alright, so once you get your 8 cut here, you want to start cutting down until it's about halfway or so, because these are going to be folded inward. Alright guys, so I just went and found myself a pair of scissors here. This will make this process go by a lot easier. Just take your scissors here and put it right in the crack that you just made, and start cutting down. And try and match up all of these lines here. So pretty much I'm just going to cut these down to about here a little bit. I'm going to do it to all of them. And then I'll show you what happens when I get done with that. Alright. So I got that last one there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out which one of these are longer, but I'm going to go every other one. So for instance, I'm just going to take this small one here, You're just going to push it in like so. Leave this one sticking up. And you're going to take this guy, push it in, and then leave this guy sticking up. You could even push these in a little bit if you want to, because this is what's going to hold your pot. This is going to be your pot holder. I'm just going to take this here. Try and get this pushed in. Be super careful not to cut yourself, guys. There we go. Let's push that down. Okay. And then grab this side here. And push that down. Like that. Okay, and you should have something that looks like that. Right? And then what we're going to do is lift this part here up a little bit. This will help kind of weave it like a box, see? This will help everything stay in shape a little bit. It'll help everything hold its shape. And I'm just going to take these a little bit and fold them in. This will help hold your pot up, as I said before. There we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is figure out where would be a good spot to put a big circle in it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a giant circle here, but it's got to be the diameter of the can. So I'm going to grab a marker and I'm going to draw this outline out, and I'll get right back. So I've got my marker here. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my can, place it on there as best as I can. And try not to move the can if you can. I can if you can. Ooh, I'm spilling coffee on me. And you're just going to draw a line as best as you can all the way around it. Just going to shake the rest of this coffee out here. Close up the marker. Kind of dry this coffee off a little bit. Geez, making a mess. Make sure your can is dumped out before you do this. Okay. So since we have the circle drawn out, I'm just gonna set that to the side. I'm gonna shake the can off a little bit. Now what I'm gonna do is grab my knife out of this multi-tool here. I can pull it out, jeez. There we go. Alright. Now all I'm going to do is just take it and just cut the top. Cut the top right off of it. This part really doesn't need to be even. You just need to cut the top off. And the bottom. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to make sure the rest of this is out of here. Okay. And then you're going to take the other side here. And go down like that. Okay, so now you've got an aluminum tube, right? So now what we're going to do, set those to the side. All I'm going to do is just try and cut down, or actually I'm going to use the scissors. Use your scissors, this part will be easier. Just cut down a little bit, don't cut down too far. And then directly below that, cut in a straight line. I don't know if you can see that there. As I said, don't go too far down. And then just cut in the center of that. And then cut in the center of that there. Okay, now what that's going to allow us to do is when we put it in our hole, or in this hole here, it'll allow us to bend these out so it attaches itself. So I'm going to try and get this here hole out, and I'll get right back with you. This part was a lot harder than I thought it was. I had to sit there and pretty much take these pliers and pull back all this metal here just to kind of get this hole set up. But I'm trying to flatten this metal down now so it won't cut me if I happen to handle it wrong or anything like that. Just trying to lay this stuff all down, push it down if I can. But that's what I've got pretty much so far. Now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to open this back up a little bit, just near the hole. And then grab your tin here and kind of get it pre-bent a little bit. Get it all pre-bent out, just so it's got the memory to fold out like this. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're just going to take this and put it into there. As I said, be careful, you might cut yourself. Now once you get it in there, like so, you're going to reach in the back inside, and you're going to fold those flaps up to anchor it in. Or I'll show you. Just going to fold this back out real quick. See how I pulled that flap up? So now it's anchored in there. Just going to do the same with this one here. I'm going to push it up against that if I can. Grab that one, push it down, and grab this one. And see now how it's anchored in there now. It's not going to go anywhere. And then all I'm going to do is just take my flaps again, push them back down here. And you can kind of screw around with this a little bit to kind of anchor it in there a little bit better. But that shouldn't go anywhere. It's how it's supposed to look when it's done. And set your pot up there. And there you go. There you have it. You can even take and trim the edge of this if you want. But this shouldn't go anywhere. I'm pulling on it, tugging on it. It's in there pretty good. As I said, try and keep these flaps pushed down if you can, but let's take her outside and give her a test fire and see if she'll run. I'm going to try and light this stove for you guys. I've got a pot of water over here, a ton of grass, and I've already kind of started to fill this with some grass. I don't know if you can peek in there. There's a little bit in there. I've made some feather sticks and chopped up plenty of wood to get this going. So I'm trying to figure out how exactly to load this here. Bear with me, I'm actually new with this stove, so
take this and just take another stick and push it in there. Grab all this other grass here and try and fit it in this loader. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can't get this going with just a flint and steel and some char cloth. Let's say I didn't have a lighter in a survival situation, but I happened to find a can and a pop can, then heck, I can make a stove out of that. And if I have some char cloth and some steel wool, then there you go, easy cookingware. So I'm just gonna take a good bundle of this here, just put it right on top of that grass there. Grab my flint and steel. It only usually takes one spark, but that one didn't even hit it. There it goes. Woo! Kind of bury this some more here. There you go, guys. Now all I'm gonna do here is try and fit it inside this hole as much as I can. Go ahead and use another stick here. Try and get this grass going. And just push it all in there. And once you get that in there, you can start pushing your feather sticks in. Move this out of the way here. And you just keep filling up the loader. Move all this grass out of the way real quick. Probably don't need it now. But you pretty much got to try and get this stove stoked up, so. You start throwing more sticks in there. You put more grass on top if you need to keep it going. Woo! Alright guys, I'm going to try and get this to a nice rolling fire here. I promise I won't use any tricks or anything. I'm just going to probably make more feather sticks here and keep on trying to get this fire going. It's slowly burning in there. But once I get this fire going, I'll throw this pot on and whew, smoky, smoky. I'll throw this pot on and I will show you, how long it takes to boil water. Stay tuned, guys. actually got this stove going. It didn't take me long at all, actually. Like literally a few minutes after I paused the last scene, I got it going pretty well. Just this single tube is really working. I expected just to put more holes in it, but it's going really well, as you can see. All right, so I'm just gonna keep on throwing more pieces in here. But literally, it's a self-feeding. Well, not self-feeding. You have to keep pushing the wood in and keep adding more. But as you can see, you just keep on throwing it in there like so, and it just burns it, and you just keep pushing it in more and more. Oops, got a pot of water with some grass in there. All right, so I got some water here. It's not hot water, it's just 20 something degrees out here, and the water's steaming because I just got it out of the sink. But I'm gonna see how long this water takes to boil. And yeah, it sits on there pretty nicely. Be careful, you might have to watch it. It's a little wobbly, just a little. So once it starts boiling, it might rumble off of the stove, but just keep an eye on it, and I think it'll be fine. I'm gonna let this boil, and I'll get right back with you guys. Wow, it's already getting warm. This water came out ice cold out of the sink, guys. Like super cold. I made sure it was super cold, and it's already getting warm, and it's only been about, what, 2 minutes probably. So it's heating up pretty quick, especially if you just keep on moving those sticks in there. Those flames are going to keep on getting bigger and bigger. That is awesome. I never expected that. This stove is working way better than the last one I made. Hell, I like it. As you guys can see inside of let's get down here. So as you can see from before, looking inside the hopper, there was a lot more wood. It's actually burning it up pretty fast. Like literally all you do is just slide it right in there. You don't have to worry about burning yourself on this. This is actually cold. Like I'm holding on to it right now. It's super cold. Now, the metal part on the other hand, like this stuff is hot. You don't want to touch that. That's where the fire is. That's where the fire is. And then you just keep using a stick and you just keep pushing the wood in. And just keep grabbing more sticks and keep on filling them. Sometimes if the sticks are too small, you can just throw them in on the top there. let's just say it's at a pretty good full rolling boil. Like super rolling
Can't see it
boil.
at all.
I don't know if you guys can see any bubbles in there. Oh my gosh, yeah. No bubbles. It's boiling, guys. That's the only point I'm gonna get through. That it's a rolling, like there's a rolling boil. It's just steaming a lot. Here we go, maybe.
I think it did. Blow like that. No, blow at it.
Yeah, no.
I think they're just gonna have to trust you.
Yeah, no, it's boiling. Just trust me. They're pretty decent sized bubbles. Alright guys. This is Corey from Corey Survival. That literally took probably 7-8 minutes compared to my other one, which would have taken a lifetime. Anyway, that's how you make a jet stove. If you guys have any questions or comments, please drop them down below. Please leave a like. And if you guys like anything like this type of stuff, please subscribe. I'm always posting things like this every week. So stay tuned, guys. Keep living.